maja, chessy, yo, yo. Who born the person? We won't cross me, make them try me. Red eye, no more party. Can't kill my light, I'm sorry, oh. When I show, when they make way, when I show. When they pay say I go the pose. I go the dengue, I go the blow. They go back up, when I show. When they make way, when I show. When they pay say I go the pose. I go the dengue, I go the blow. They go back up, make I know the purpose with my enemy. Open my eyes, show me who they for. Make I know the purpose with my enemy.
To go over everything. They say the time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. There's such a difference. You apart anymore. Hello, how are you? Let me to talk about myself. I'm sorry. I hope that you're well. Did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happened? It's no secret that the both of us are running out of time. So how from the other side? I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call you,
probably thought I forgot when I didn't say a word the other night. I was waiting for the morning sun just to sing you this song. I wish you beautiful stories, and I wish you a wonderful life. You mean much more than you know, and I hope this makes you smile. And I wish you joy and laughter. I wish you magical moments. I wish you love that never grows. Yes, I wish you strength to go on. I wish you dreams that come true, and I wish you the very best of you, my love. You probably thought I forgot when I didn't join the crowd. I was waiting for the perfect chance just to sing you this song. I wish you delightful stories. I wish you a colorful life. You mean much more than you know, and I hope this makes you smile. And I wish you joy and laughter. I wish you magical moments, and I wish you love that never closes. Yes, I wish you strength to go on. I wish you dreams that come true, and I wish you the very best of you, my love. Joy and laughter, I wish you magical moments. I wish you love that never closes. Yes, I wish you strength to go on. I wish you dreams that come true, and I wish you the very best of you, my love. Another Gbedu from NigerPickup.com.
Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet to go over everything. They say the time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. There's such a between us and a million miles. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call you,
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to welcome you to today's very special program, an award ceremony for the Jesus House Baltimore scholarships and pre-launch of the global sponsor a student program in conjunction with the Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association Worldwide and the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. We'll be starting now, and I want us to rise for the anthems. Please let us rise.
Nigerians old and proud to serve.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Once again, I'd like to welcome to this very auspicious program. My name is Bola Obajimi. I'm the Subdean Undergraduate MBBS program. I'm going to save the introductions for our dear Provost. Our Provost is reintroducing me, so I'll start all over again. I'm Dr. Bola Obajimi. I'm the Secretary General of the Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association. Please give me a round of applause. I'm going to save the introductions for our dear Provost, our first female Provost, Professor Olayinka Omigbodun, who will be giving the opening remarks and introduction of the ComUI Sponsor a Student program. Please, let's give her a round of applause, please. You're welcome, ma'am.
This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen? Yes. I must acknowledge the Deputy Provost, Professor Adefatai Adeni, particularly as we're just over 2 weeks to the end of our term as Deputy Provost and Provost. I want to thank you especially for coming on this journey with me. I must acknowledge your outstanding contributions to every achievement on this together journey. God bless you and lift you up. Thank you so much. And we have our Provost-elect. Provost-elect, give me a smile. Come on. Yes. Yes. Let me give you a special handshake because we are passing on the baton. Professor Temidayo Ogundiran, FAS. He's also the Dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences. So he's just moving downstairs. Our very able and capable secretary to the college. We are handing over the college. We know that it's safe in your hands. You're in charge of the registry, all the buildings and everything. And of course, the Lord God will establish you and you will do great things for him. Mr. Emmanuel Odedele, I'm very grateful. I must acknowledge here other members of the executive committee of the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, our Dean of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, a distinguished professor of biochemistry, Professor Oyerunke Oduola. Thank you so much for all you've been doing. I don't know, where is the Dean of the Faculty of Basic? He's stepped out. Okay, Basic Clinical. You gave birth to that. I'm so delighted. During our time as we started off with 4 faculties, but by the grace of God, we have 6 faculties now. So we have a new Faculty of Basic Clinical Sciences, and then we have the Faculty of Nursing. So enlargement. I don't know what you will take it to, but thank you so much. I must acknowledge the Director of the Institute for Advanced Medical Research and Training, Professor Ike Oluwapo Ajayi. Thank you so much for being a blessing. You are continuing on the journey after your reappointment. But you've done awesome things that you in the faculty and the institute, and we know you will take it to greater heights. Yes, I acknowledge you in absentia. Distinguished Professor of Pharmacology, God bless you and all the work you're doing. I don't know if I should acknowledge the gentlemen in the front row. Are they on your team or on our team? Because they are Loyola boys. So I should acknowledge them. I should still acknowledge them. Okay. So I want to acknowledge a very distinguished past provost of the College of Medicine. I believe you are the 8th provost, and he also happens to be on the team of our donor, and none other than Professor Akinyinka Omigbodun, FAS. And by the way, it's the person that paid dowry for me, but we returned it. I acknowledge Professor Femi Ogumbi. I don't know what year did you graduate from Loyola College, but I must acknowledge you are one of our senior professors here in the College of Medicine. God bless you abundantly. Wow! You will introduce him. He's the Loyola College Worldwide President. Please give him another round of applause. In those days, I went to St. Louis Grammar School, Mokola Ibadan. So, I don't know, they used to say Loyola, you preferred, is it STC or what? You are even confirming it. Well, you prefer, St. Louis was your alternative. Well, St. Louis had the very best of the best. And I don't know, and what? Baki, you liked Baki too. But the chairperson of the Global Sponsor Student Program, I don't know if she's online, Dr. Olabisi Oshikonlu, also went to St. Louis Grammar School, Mokola Ibadan. I acknowledge Professor Abiola Okunlola, also a distinguished immediate past head of Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology here with us. And I believe you are going to introduce your team. And I think we should do that before I speak about the program, because it says here opening remarks, and that may take a while. And I think it's important that we all know your team, and then I will go ahead to give my remarks. So let me hand over to our very, very distinguished donor who is looking after 32 students in the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. Our students who would otherwise have dropped out. Students who were in very hopeless situations. They are here. 32 of them. One of them has graduated. Eshek Puposa. Please introduce your team. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you, Professor Missy Omigbodo. Thank you so much. On our team today, my extreme right is Dr. Sheyi Showale. He's one of the donors, for the scholarship. The truth is that I'm just the face, of the JHB scholarship. There are donors who make this happen. Praise God. So I'm just the face. Next to him is one of the pastors of our church, Pastor Kazim Olokwade. Next to Pastor Kazim is Pastor Wumi Olasimbo. He's one of our pastors also. And sitting next to Pastor Olasimbo is Mrs. Tomori. Both Mrs. Tomori and Dr. Shuboali, they are the highest donors to the scholarship fund. They are the highest donors, to the scholarship fund. Also sitting in the, here is Mrs. Tomori's mother. Amen. Mrs. Shoyoye. She also came with us. And sitting next to her is one of our pastors in the city of Baltimore. He also pastors, a church, House of Praise in Baltimore. Pastor Dakpo Yewole is there. My name is Tola Adutola, and before I hand over to Mr. Omigbodo, people have asked me, why do you do this? To know one thing. All the Loyola old boys, the ones that are my classmates and seniors that are here, I don't think they know. I paid myself through high school. I paid myself through Loyola. Nobody paid for me. I paid, so I know what it is not to have. Do you understand? To go through school. I know what it is. So I know what it is to go through without anything, But I look back today and I can only say, thanks be to God. Amen? Who has made all things, possible for us.
And I think we also have Brother Demola Olabisi and Mr. Lawansin, who is also part of our team. I think that's it. Thank you so much. I preach a lot. I don't talk too much. So maybe when I preach, then I'll be able to preach.
Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate you. I want to invite the Vice President, one of the Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association, to please come and sit beside her sister here, Professor Oyeduni Arulogun. Their mother has produced how many professors? 4 professors. Come and sit beside your sister here. She's President, one of a distinguished professor of health promotion and education. Thank you very much. And I can see Dr. Victor Makonjola, one of the members of my department, although they're about kicking me out of the department, but that's all right. You know, when God wants to propel you, people will kick you out. You use your enemies to kick you out. So yeah, come and sit here. Loyola Boy, the immediate past president of the Medical and Dental Consultants of Nigeria. Don't sit at the edge. Let them be seeing you well there. And I forgot to introduce the first time our tear rubber professor. Professor, they are giving you Professor Olubukola Adeshino. She's the chairperson of the Student Welfare and the coordinator of the SAPS program. Eshegoni. Thank you. Thank you so much. They are clapping for her because she's the one that interviews all of them and determines who we get and who she's the. So I asked the DP to find out who those online so we can acknowledge them. Pastor Tola Odutola, thank you so much for sharing. One of the things that I wanted to also mention is, interestingly, your story is very similar to the story of the provost. If you go online and look at the YouTube recording of his inaugural lecture, he was talking about his life journey, and maybe I'll share it with you. But he was telling us that when he was in medical school, virtually all the years, he could never pay for accommodation. He was squatting. And that many days, he lived off his roommate. So this is the food that his roommate gives him that he will eat. And that there are on certain days, are you aware that the provost still, yes. There were certain days where he didn't eat at all. Not because he was fasting, but just because he just had no money. And that his late mother, I remember when he said it on the day, his mother used to carry firewood to send him through secondary school. We acknowledge your struggles and your victories. Thank you. So I'm going to rush very through because I'm aware of time. I'm supposed to be talking, giving opening remarks. Oh, it's online. Oh, I'm just informed that the president of the Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association, North America, Dr. Modupe Shokumbi, of the class, MBBS graduating class of 1982, is online. Ma, I acknowledge you online. Thank you so much for being administration. And I know you will do even more going ahead. Thank you so much. So, I'm just going to run through a few slides, and then I will talk about the accountability of this Sponsor a Student program. When we took office in 2020, we had a theme. It was called Together. I can't go into that now. But one of the themes of that Together was getting our students ready for the global stage. And what we wanted to provide our students a decent and stimulating environment, and have an environment that will be free of fear, abuse, and discrimination, and suited for the rapidly changing global world, and able to make sound judgments and be creative and innovation thinkers. One of the things I want to mention is that the students that get into Ibadan College of Medicine are the best of the best. And I'm not joking. We pull them from all over the world, all over the country, because Ibadan is catchment area. And it is a strictly selective process on merit. At the end of the 100 level, because they do 100 level with all other departments, engineering, social, all science departments, the MBBS students, about 90% of them are in first class range, and about 60% of them will have a perfect CGPA of 4.2 over 5.2. Is that true? Yes. Our students are the best of the best. And in any world-class institution, a student should not have to drop out but in the midst of this, we've discovered, and I believe there will be some testimonies today, many of our students have to do other jobs. Although it also helps to grow them, but sometimes a bit much, and it affects their performance. Some of our students sometimes even go and fry akara by the roadside because just to make ends meet. Many of them have worked in factories. They have to do so many difficult things. So, while I believe students should pay school fees and competitive school fees, I believe we can raise up funders that will see them through the school. So some of the things we did to try and make sure our students are able to cope and do very well was to do needs assessments for e-learning. We took office in the heart of the COVID-19 pandemic. We set up a counseling service for students. We also had the student welfare programs, which birthed the Sponsor a Student program. And we also have the student hostel project. The things I have in red are some of the things that I feel the incoming administration may want to look more into. So we have a student counseling service led by Dr. Tolulokwe Belausa, who is a child and adolescent psychiatrist and mental health professional. We have an excellent College of Medicine Education unit led by Professor Augustine Adeolu. We also had e-learning. We had to put e-learning together rapidly. And I must appreciate Professor Odole and all the people from across the world. We had to reach out to people across the world to help us start this e-learning, including Dr. John Liu from MIT. And they all gave us capacity support free of charge. And I must really appreciate the Deputy Provost, because after several decades, the Provost Cup came back in our administration. And students from across the 9 programs in the College of Medicine participated in inter-school competition of football. And these are just some of the pictures. And then we also established the Student Welfare Committee to ensure smooth communication between student associations and the college, to attend to the needs of indigent students, and to see if we could establish a work-study system, which never really came into being, and several other programs. And so we set aside the Sponsor a Student program. And I remember very clearly, then Dr. Adeshino, I spoke to her, I said, she said she's very interested in working with students. And so I handed this over to her, and she has really done an outstanding job. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. Initially, when we started off the Sponsor a Student program, we just asked students to write, to tell us if they needed support. And we got about 1,000 letters. Many of them were not really indigent. Many of them were not really financially. That's some of the systems in our country. People trying to beat the system. I hope we can really raise a generation of young people who will be justice, integrity, and righteousness, because it pays. One of the biggest problems of Nigeria is what? Corruption. Every time you enter into an office, you are looking for how to defraud. I hope you will be different. So we now had to put in place a serious selection criteria, whereby the students were interviewed. Not only that, before then they had to go and pick a form, and then they had to complete the form, and there were different layers of some of them would have to go to the sub-dean will have to sign, the dean will sign, their parents will have to sign, and then they will have to tell you why they are indigent and what things they've been doing to try and keep body and soul together. So from 1,000, it dropped when we put that serious. And then, of course, they have interviews. And many times, I've also been involved in the interviewing at the last stage. And I think this has really helped us. And we initially had this, you can see that these are very low school fees. But this has changed. And that's why we're appealing to our funders that we need to review things. This was what we had. And then it was maybe less than $100 for those who are abroad to sponsor. So we put these things in place. And some of the aspects that we said was that if you are going to sponsor a student, you will select your criteria. The student will bear your name or whatever name you want. And not only that, you will be informed about the progress of the students. At least twice a year, the students' academic records will be sent to you. And the students is also supposed to write to you. And if you so want, we can arrange for you to meet the students. And so we're so delighted that we were able to, I'm just going to show some of our platinum donors, and then I will go and give a detailed report. These are people who have given more than 5 million or more than 12,000 US dollars. So we have Dr. Oluwafemi Abayewa, who gave 12,000 US dollars towards this, sorry. And then we have Dr. Bibola Mitsoye, class of 1985, who has given 6.3. We have the Ibadan Specialist Group, who have given 10.6. We have Dr. Olabisi Oshikonlu, who has given 10 million in honor of her mother, Mrs. Cecilia Oshikonlu. We have Total Kids Foundation, who have given 5 million. And to the glory of God and the blessing of the College of Medicine, Pastor Tola Odutola, Jesus House, Baltimore, have given 17.6 million. They are our highest donors, and we don't joke with them at all. I will now go very quickly and show you some of how we keep transparent to make sure that every donor, every kobo, every dollar is fully acknowledged. I must acknowledge Mary, the accountant, who is also working on the students' hostel, for the outstanding work and for taking my push, because many times I'm somebody it's not been easy. This is our full account. I will just run through it and then I'll focus on the Jesus House. So you can see that we have all our funders listed. These are the individual and the money listed in naira and dollars. Everything is open and transparent. Everything, you can see this. So these are the donors, and then we have some classes who have been donating as a class. We have their list there. And then I must also again acknowledge Mr. Idowu Lawansin. It's not lost, you wrote it's Lawansin, also who attended Loyola College. He's the one that linked us up with Pastor Tola Odutola. Because you can see here again, there's some other funds he brought in. He's been out there trying to get funds for us. Thank you so much. So, donations by groups. And so far, we've been able to raise 73.3 million naira and 15,000 US dollars to be able to support our indigent students. We also have here the conditions for the scholarship. So we have it, the name of the scholarship and the condition. So listed out in every single criteria for the scholarships are listed here so that we can keep tag. And then we have the number of students we have supported so far. So we can see that so far 162 students have been supported through this Sponsor a Student program. Yes. And most of them are MBBS. And then breakdown, we also are keeping records so that you will know when those who have graduated, the name of the scholar, and how much each scholar has used. Every single detail is kept page by page. And all our donors, you can come anytime and ask us what information, and we will provide you with the information. We are open, transparent, and there's no hiding. No hiding. We even keep graduated scholars. So because of time, I would just breeze through all this information. I will now move. So we are keeping information, graduating students still in the hall, still in school. Let me exit this. And then the amounts awarded. Very, very transparent. We have kept. It's a very long slide. But let me go quickly and just show you the Jesus. So that we can give accounts to our funders. So this is the Jesus House Baltimore Scholarship. And we have here all the donations that have come in. We have kept records leading to the 17.6 million. And then the conditions for award were either medical or dental, indigent students. So far, we have total of 32, mostly males. So we have all your records, and we have the list of all the names of your scholars and the amounts each of them has received, so that there's no nothing hidden. Everything and if you ask for the presentation, we will hand it to you and you can take it along with you. Now, I want to just let us know that the fee structure has changed. The old structure, you can see here, for all our students, this was like, so for example, for the medical students was 465,000 per year, and dentistry 400 and the same amount, and others. But now, because the university has to generate funds, for those who are coming in fresh, 100 level, the fees have gone up. It's gone up. So for an MBBS student in 100 level or BDS, it's 818,000. The fees have gone up, sir. So we're appealing, we need help to keep our students. And those who are already in school, it's now, so like for those Jesus House, the fees, if you want to, but you can, some of them is partial. We don't want our donors to run away. So for example, for dentistry, now the levies for the old students is 152,000. Then they pay health professional training levy. I don't know if the incoming administration wants to raise that. Accommodation is ridiculous. 60,000 per year, 5,000 a month. That's why the halls are in a terrible shape. The new incoming ICOMA hostel is going to be run on a business model, or else it doesn't deteriorate and go to the dogs. So, of course, initially we used to say that we should give them at least 20,000 a month, but nobody can live on that. So we've increased it at least 40,000 naira a month so they can buy food. Now, if you go to the market, you want to buy tomatoes, you just get like 2 for how much? But you can cook with cucumber now. Are you cooking with cucumber or just dry pepper? How are you cooking? Dry pepper. So please, for those who are coming in, it's gone up tremendously. The levies are now 200 and it's going to be sustained. So the work ahead is enormous. But when I look around, if you're going to go to a school in the US, let's say Harvard, is 60,000 US dollars. And every student who goes to Harvard is on full, what they call financial age, based on your parents' income. There's somebody out there. Recently, we all heard of the donation to Albert Einstein College of Medicine. Her husband died. She gave Albert Einstein College of Medicine $1 billion US dollars. You're all aware of it? And she gave it, who is the head of Albert Einstein College? Who is it? Professor Philip Oswald. Professor Philip Oswald last year, or is it last year, 2 years ago, gave us what? $1 million US dollars for the students' hostel. He's building a whole block. And a few months later, somebody else gave him $1 billion US dollars. So I believe that even if somebody says, okay, $100 or 100 naira, or 1,000 naira, or little crowdfunding will make a difference. But I'm appealing to us that we really need to keep our students in school, particularly those who have been able to gain entrance into the medical school. And so I just want to thank our donors once again, and I'm going to invite Professor Adeshino to quickly okay. Yes. I'm told Pastor Dutola will leave at 11. We are conscious of it. 11. So we are going to make haste. I'm inviting Professor Adeshino to take the next portion of this, and she will be talking about the selection process very briefly, and also she will invite some selected scholarship, 2 of them. I'll hand over to you to share experience.
Thank you very much, Ma. The provost, the college management of the college management, the deans and senior members of our college and university, our esteemed sponsors and their guests, the scholars and the students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome you once again, and I thank you so much for this opportunity. The provost has gone through a lot of what I would have wanted to say, which is we started 1,000 student letters, then we put a framework in place, and now we have a more rigorous system. I'll just tell you some of the criteria. Some of the things that we look at include the status of the parents. Are they alive or are they deceased? We will all agree once anybody loses, even if it's one parent, either mother or father, the trajectory of their life changes forever. And not to now talk of when you have students who have lost both parents and who are practically surviving on goodwill of others around them. And then even when the parents are alive, what is the employment status? The other thing we've found is that when students are really in need, they do something. They self-support. We've been able to support 162 students, but the students have collected at least 700 forms so far. And so for every student we are able to support, we have about 3 or 4 others that we have not been able to get funds for. The other things we also look at include their CGPA. So if you have 40 students, we have their CGPA, and those are the things that we take into consideration. As the provost has said, these are some of the most brilliant students in the country, and for no reason should they have to drop out just because they do not have funds. So the efforts are that to try and keep them and support them in school. So they also have leadership roles. That is some of the things we've also found with them. They're also the ones who are the presidents of their class. They are the ones who are the secretaries. They are the ones who are the presidents of the academic committee. They are also doing a lot, and those are the things that we also take into consideration. The self-support, the provost has mentioned, we have some of them painting houses on weekends just to keep body and soul together. They sell perfumes. They buy produce during the harvest and then sell when the prices are higher. We have some of them who are freelance authors and writers. They sell ground pepper, crayfish, roofing, and you give us evidence. So they advertise on their WhatsApp status. They have Instagram handle. So you're going to give us evidence of what you're doing. And so, they're the general media. So they're advertising some of these things that they are doing. The females have been very shy. If you look at the population of the college, at least about 45-50% are female. But we find that a lot of them do not. So a lot of the females that we have is like a snowball effect. So I'm sure you know females who are struggling. Let us reach out to them. So they are a bit hesitant. The other thing we've also found is that the other programs are not so well supported, and we hope that this will change with time. Two of them are going to share their stories with us because we are pressed for time. And I have Fola Shade, who is a 600 level MBBS student. Just 2 minutes or so. Come on, please. And then we also have Collins, who is a 500 level MBBS. Collins, come and sit.
Good morning, the Provost, the Deputy Provost, the Provost-elect. Good morning, the Jesus House Baltimore team, led by Pastor Tola Odutola. Good morning to all our teachers, all protocols to be observed. So my name is Folashade Olajuwon, and I'm a final year medical student of this prestigious institution. So my COVID story, my sponsor students' scholarship story started with COVID. So the COVID-19 pandemic plunged my family into terrible financial situations, and life just took a nosedive from there. And prior to COVID, or prior to picking up my form, I had told myself I was going to do all it took to get through school, and I had secured a contract employment with the Nigerian Institute of Medical Research as a youth research facilitator, and was going fine. However, it was a 2-year contract, and it ended at about the time I was entering 400 level. So there was no help in sight. To tide myself by, I had done a couple of things. I tutor at a jam center. I sold jewelry. I sold cold zobo on an hot afternoon. I research. I facilitate outreaches. I usher. I host events. I do a lot of things just so that I don't have to beg people for money. But when it was time to pay my fees in 400 level and help was not forthcoming, and the jobs were few and far between, I knew I needed help. So I saw the form and I picked it up. I went through all the processes, which was rigorous, and I understood because, well, I understand that they want to make sure that the money gets to those who need the money. And initially, when they selected the students, I was not part of them, and I felt a wave of disappointment. I was really sad. However, in December 2022, if I'm not mistaken, Mrs. Eunice called me and told me I'd been offered a scholarship by the Jesus House Baltimore, and I knew I cried that day because to all the sponsors, particularly to my own sponsor, Jesus House Baltimore, I'd like to say a very big thank you, sir. I cannot thank you enough, and I cannot pray enough for you because you can pray for yourself and you're a pastor. I don't know how my prayers can supersede your prayers, but I just want you to know, sir, and the entire team, that I am really grateful. And one day soon, I hope I can do the same and pay this favor forward. Thank you very much.
Collins, thank you so much, Folashade, for sharing your story with us. So we now have Collins, who is the 500 level medical student.
Good morning, Provost. Good morning, distinguished members of the high table. Good morning, our teachers. Good morning, fellow students. My name is Collins Eshude, and I'm in the 500 medicine and surgery class, and I'm also a 2-time awardee of the Jesus House Baltimore Scholarship, sponsored by Pastor Tola Odutola. Thank you. So briefly on my story, I grew up in a family where we highly value education. Okay, so it's all about just read your book, go to university, and really didn't focus much on extracurriculars. So starting university, I never thought of doing a business for myself or starting up anything. And because my dad was supporting me with the little business he was doing. But in 2020, I lost my dad. And because he was the financial backbone of my academics, everything plunged down. And I think then I considered dropping out, okay? But when it was time to begin 200 level, my mother was able to source for loan, and she was able to source for loan to pay up my fees, okay? But my mother wasn't doing any business on her own to really pay back those loans. So when we were resuming 300 level, even money to pay back those loans. So going back to collect back those loans was really a difficult problem. And I remember then I was discussing with my roommate, Chimezri, he's not here now. I was discussing with him how take a gap year, go back home and start up a business and then be able to support myself and come back to school. But moving on, in 300 level, the sponsor a student program form was brought out and I applied. I was skeptical about it because I really wasn't comfortable with coming forward and telling everyone about my indigency. It's my business, but I had to summon the courage, and considering the situation on ground, I had to come forward, pick up the form. It was really rigorous for me, and eventually, I was not selected among the first round. I knew other persons who collected the form with me. They were selected, but I was not selected. I really felt bad. And then it was just like, well, God is going to do it. Maybe when I come back after 1 year, I'm going to find a way around things. But sometime in 2023, I was in the library. I was just doing my thing, searching for jobs online and everything. And then Miss Eunice called me and told me that I had been selected. That was the peak of the day for me. And I left everything I was doing. I was calling my friends, calling my mom, calling those who have called to for urgent money at different times, calling them that I've gotten a scholarship that would support my school fees, and it was really a lot for me. And moving on, since then, things have really changed for me because now I do not have to worry about my school fees, and I've been able to focus solely on my academics, and I really appreciate that a lot. I thank you, Pastor Tola Odutola, for the good work you have been doing, for supporting me, supporting my fellows. I'm standing here today. There are a number of persons who would have also loved to come forward to tell their story, but they are not able now. But you are really doing a lot, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Provost. Thank you very much, our teachers, and thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Just I just want to thank Folashade and Collins for sharing this. But I can assure you, every student here has a story. If we start now, we will not finish. Every single one of them has a story. Some of them are not bold enough. They can't face the audience. That is why. So we had to select people who we are sure could put everything together. But every single one of them has a story to tell. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Dr. Addition and Professor Addition, don't go away. We're going to do the awards now. I just want to acknowledge the presence of my teacher. We had already acknowledged you in absentia, Professor Emmanuel Otolunri, the Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association Worldwide President. And thank you for leading by example, because you also sponsored, I believe your student has graduated. Yes, so thank you so much. We really appreciate. Hello? Media? Yes, I'm conscious of the fact that you are going to, moving from here to Loyola to feast the entire school. But not until we have finished and you have done the Loyola song. Loyola, Loyola. So, we're going to now have the award ceremony. You are going to be giving the scholars. So, Pastor, you will come with the members of your team. But I have a letter written to you by Dr. Sherifuddin T. Atoyebi, Pastor Tola Odutola, Jesus House, Baltimore, through the provost. And he wrote it on the 8th of May. Letter of appreciation. I, Atoyebi Serifuddin T, a then 600 medical student of the University of Ibadan, Oyo State, now a medical intern at Uni-Osun Teaching Hospital, Osogbo, a beneficiary of the scholarship award by Pastor Tola Odutola of the Jesus House, Baltimore, USA. Want to use this medium to thank and appreciate the sponsor of the scholarship, as this has been of tremendous help to me. Then going out of school to source for money had a lot of impact on my academic journey, as I had very little time for studies, and the physical exhaustion I get from the job was draining. Your timely intervention then provided me with huge relief personally and academic improvement. Once again, I want to use this medium to appreciate my sponsor, Pastor Tola Odutola of the Jesus House, Baltimore, USA, through the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. I so much appreciate you. I pray God in His infinite mercy will continue to be with you and keep providing for you. May your purse never run dry. Thanks. Yours faithfully, Dr. Sherifuddin Atoyebi. He could have loved to be here, but he's a house officer. So the Jesus House awardees for the next session are coming out, and we are just lining them up. Prof, let's, because of time, okay. So members of these are donors. Please, let's clap for our donors once again. And I want to acknowledge online the presence of Dr. Olabisi Oshukonlu, who has joined. She's taken over as the chairperson of the Global Sponsor Student Program. And I'm going to be introducing the global team very briefly after this. So, Professor, can we start, please? We can start. But I don't have the list. I need a list so that we can call them out, please. They can just come out. So, are the letters arranged? Eunice, please come on stage. Okay, according to the list. Okay, thank you very much. So you have to hand over. Eunice, that's the SABS admin. Come on stage. Hold the letters. You've won preparing all this, running up and down. That's everyone's. This is the SABS admin, working very hard. Okay then. So we will call the name, and you will give the letter, and whoever the pastor wants to hand over. So first of all, we have Sarah Ozuwara. You remember Sarah from last year? Yes, he was going to give the award. Okay. Okay, and then hand. From this. Okay. We have Ayanfe Adebi. Ayanfe, okay. Latif Olanrewaju. Ibrahim Olagunju. Ìbùkún Olúwa Morontonmu. Adédayọ̀ Adéṣídà. Excuse me. Lukman Tajuddin. Sunday Adegoke. Temilola Aderemi. Babatunde Dauda. Zion Olatunji. Oluwagbemisola Akinjobi. Henry Oyoyo. Stephen Olajiga. Habib Hussein. Abayomi Raji. Abdurrahman Sabitu. The Jesus House Baltimore scholars should please get ready. They should come out because it will come and take a quick photograph on stage with your sponsors. Michael Anayo. Habib Olani. Where is Habib Olani? Okay. Okay. Kwoyum Alabi. Victor Johnson. Collins Ezechima. Joshua Emetu. Another Collins. Collins Esowode. Who is Collins? Yes. Who is this? Who is Joshua Emetu? Yes, okay. Kingsley Kalejaye. Who is this? Abu Kwadus Ajibade is not around. Okay, you say it took permission. It's okay. Folashade Olajun. Oh, okay. Folashade Olajun. Okechukwu Oposi. Was it? What? Oposo. Akinjola Oluyole. Okay. Damilola Afolabi. Last but not the least. Please, let's come up very scholars. Please, Pastor, if you can stay in the middle between your highest donors and let the sponsors be behind you. I'm just wondering, maybe you can move forward and some of them will be, some of you can come down. Please, the photographers should arrange it. Some will be with them and some will be in front. Yes, have all your church members joined? Okay. Pastor, I think you should be in the middle, where in between the two key donors. Mommy, stay on your daughter's side on this side. Pastor Dutola, let him be in the middle. Yes. Please, members of management, we will join them, please. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Okay, please, let's join. Some of us can, let's join them. Do we join them up or down? Up. Down will be. Okay, I'm going to ask the Jesus House Baltimore team to come down. Yes. And then some of the students can go up. Thank you. Okay, are we done? So let's join you, please. Thank you. Let me come and stay here. Please, management team, please. All students move to the back, please. Please move to the back. ICOMA president, please, this is an initiative. I'm so sorry. Please join us, sir. And Professor Rilogun, please, and the Loyola boys. Join one now.
Yes, yes. There are some Loyola boys there too.
Loyola boys. Join one.
Please come. Kamboski, everybody come.
You will still take your pictures later. Thank you. But just for, let's have a... Please, the others, we're going to have a big group photograph before when we're done. So just a minute, please. Can I have Miss? Please bring those. Bring them. I don't know who is who. That's last. Who's this? Our beloved Mrs. Tomi Tomori, we're reliably informed that you're one of our highest donors. We really love you. Mommy da. Mommy, ewaduro tomoyu. So we have a plaque for you. Build to build. It's of your husband and in honor. And keeping our students in school. God has built you and you are building others. So this is in honor of Mrs. Tomi Tomori of Jesus House, Baltimore. We acknowledge your invaluable contributions to the sponsor of student program through the Jesus House Baltimore scholarships for financially challenged students in the College of Medicine. Thank you for building a living legacy that will impact generations. God bless you. God bless you so much. And Dr. Sheyi Shobowale. You're also an alumni. Yeah, you finished from here. Yes. Greatest UITs from VET. So this is for you. Build to build. In honor of Dr. Sheyi Shobowale of Jesus House, Baltimore. One of the highest donors in Jesus House, Baltimore. We acknowledge your invaluable contributions on this sponsored student program through the Jesus House Baltimore scholarships. for financially challenged students in the College of Medicine. Thank you for building a living legacy that will impact generations. May God bless you and keep you and replenish your purse. We're really grateful. And we hope that you will do more. We need help. Thank you so much. I just want to acknowledge Professor Laditon online. I forgot. Professor Laditon taught me pediatrics and is a member of the Church of Pastor Odutola. He's a member of Jesus House, Baltimore. Sir, you are online watching. We acknowledge you. Professor Laditon, excellent teacher in pediatrics. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, okay. Thank you also for, thank you. And we are presenting this to Jesus House, to your church. And we have a photo of you with your scholars in front. And this is built to build. Pastor, we are so blessed. You heard about our plight. I cannot thank you enough. God will bless you and your entire congregation. God will keep you. God will feed you. You went through difficulty as a child, as a young person. I remember the last time you said you used to sell agolo, milk, going around. But you did not, that did not harden you. Because many times when people go through suffering, they become hardened. And they say, yes, but no, you are looking to help us here in the first and best medical school in Nigeria. It is well with you. So this is built to build, sir, in honor of Jesus House, Baltimore, for invaluable contributions to the sponsor student program in the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. Thank you for building. So we are so grateful, and we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So we would package the things. So we're almost rounding up. We're almost rounding up. Pastor, so let's sit just for a few minutes. Can I have a program? Response by donors.
Praise God. Yeah.
Then I will just announce the incoming subs. And then remarks. Do you want your pastor's?
No. I got this. I want to stop us, for it's a shame that we live in a country where and people steal so much. And honestly, I believe the problem is mental health. Honestly, yeah. When people steal the kind of money that is stolen in this country, they have mental health issues. And I know Professor Ungodun is in psychiatry. Honestly, they need to sit down and have, counseling sessions, several times, so that they can know that there's nothing to fear. Bottom line, what am I saying? You look at the whole essence of life, and you get to a point you ask yourself, okay, what exactly is this life all about? I'm standing before you today. I'm a product of surviving cancer twice. I find it difficult when people try to grab everything around them. And I'm saying, this life is a vapor. Today you are here, tomorrow you are not here. So why do you want to grab even those who want to still grab? Do you understand? It's I don't know, it's just a problem. My own advice to us students, whether you got one or not, is that try to pay it back. Try to pay it back forward, we call it in America. What am I saying? Is that when you begin to practice as doctors, don't insist that if somebody doesn't pay a deposit, you don't treat them. It's disheartening when you hear, people say things like that. Do you understand? Some people will be able to pay the deposit, some might not be able to pay it. Because when it comes to life and death, it's just a matter of seconds. So while you are arguing, they must pay so much before you treat them. People die waiting. I hope you remember this so that you'll be able to say, one day, somebody came to my own aid for me to be a doctor. I don't have to insist on paying so much, And God has a way of rewarding people. I'm telling you, I'm blessed by God. I have no doubt, So whatever it is that we have done, I believe is nothing compared to what God does to return back unto us. Praise the Lord. I looked at the 800 and something thousand, naira, and I said, children didn't study medicine, but 4 years in school, I paid $150,000, but for 4 years, and they didn't study medicine. So when I look $100 really for a year, for medical student, but it's just the way things have gone so bad, and so wrong in our nation. But I'm believing God that God will raise help. I want you to know every day you wake up that there's help around you. It's just for you to open your eyes and God will help you. Once again, I appreciate all our donors, for what they've done. And since your fees have doubled, our donations too must double. Yeah, that's the only way we can catch up, with what we have. That's the only way. And so, and I'm sorry if I seem to be in a hurry. I don't get late to do anything in life. I came here at 8:15. I don't do late. So they are waiting for us in Loyola right now. And I have some of our friends here who are also old Loyola in Loyola, who came from Lagos to be part of this. So please, if I drop this mic, I will just have to run because my phone has been ringing and there are people there also waiting for us. We are feeding almost 2,400 students, today. So it goes on and goes on. So please, pardon me if I'm not able to hang around. I just have to rush there. God bless you. Thank you, ma'am.
God bless you. Thank you very much. Please, I know he has to run, and so we will finish the program. I just want us to finish up, and then we want to have a group photograph with all our SAPS scholars, because all of you from the different programs are here. So we will excuse you. I don't know if I will see you before we are good. Okay, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless. Loyola boys, you didn't have time to sing your song today. You want to sing it. Pastor Dutola, let them sing 2 minutes. 1 minute. Oh yeah, who is leading the song? Worldwide President, Loyola. Please. Pastor, you should have stopped him.
Send it. The Loyola boys, they took over St. Louis.
This is my childhood friend, Mrs. Tani Mowo Ogunrumbi Niguam. Her brother, Dr. Chike Guam, is graduating class 1982. Yes. Our mothers were both widowed from Sierra Leone at a very young age. Your mom was Nigaric, and they really supported one another. We are both children of our fathers were. In fact, Sanimo, your daddy died before you were born. Yes, that's why you are called Tanimowo Afiolong. I'm so happy to see you today. Yes, she was in St. Louis with me. And her husband is from Loyola. Oh yeah, Loyola. Who is leading this?
I'll be taking the last stanza.
Okay, yeah.
The last one so we can do the... Lola, we cannot forget the years we spent with you.
Let me give you mic. Oh yeah.
Never will be.
Oh yeah.
We walk through life
Done is over. Loyola boys will meet again, united evermore. Loyola, Loyola, the best in every way. Loyola, Loyola, we always win the day. Up Loyola!
Thank you so much. Are you going? Let's just finish up. Tomorrow. Yes. Please, let's just finish up. Are you going to Taniwai? BCC. BCC. Abamiya photo. Thank you so much. It's so exciting to make connections. It's a small world. I must acknowledge Tanimowo Ogunrumbi's mother for being such a great support to my mother during those very, very difficult times when we had very little money. God bless you and keep you. My greetings to Ada, Nkechi, and Chike. God bless. Thank you so much. So we're almost done. And I just want to mention that tomorrow at the induction, we will be inaugurating the Global Sponsor Student Program. I don't know if BCC can have Dr. Shukonlu. Maybe she can, to beam her on. She can maybe speak for a minute or two if she wants to. But the inauguration of the Global Sponsor Student Program is to oversee the running of the College of Medicine SAPS program, to provide scholarships and support for financially challenged students of the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, administered by the Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association Worldwide. Thank you so much, sir, for your partnership and support. Tomorrow, during the induction of our medical and dental students, we will inaugurate this committee. And we are constituting it, at least this SAPS, Global SAPS, to be in place for 5 years, renewable based on performance, as will be determined by the then Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association Worldwide, in consultation with the various ICOMA chapters. And all members of the board will contribute their expertise and time on a charitable basis. This is like the terms of reference, which might be slightly modified. The Global SAPS board, consisting of ComUI alumni from around the world, will, number one, provide a strong network of accountability and sustainability for the SAPS program. They will work closely with ICOMA executives and members and the ComUI management, staff and students to raise funds to support and sustain this program. Using the set criteria, students will be selected in a transparent and competitive fashion. Another term of reference, they should ensure that no student of the College of Medicine drops out of school or otherwise suffers negative consequences because of being financially challenged as much as possible. Provide regular updates to funders potential funders, and the entire ComUI community on the progress and challenges with the Global SABS program. They will raise funds to ensure that the Global SABS is eventually self-sustaining as an alumni program nested within ICOMA. 7, implement a risk management plan to address potential challenges and ensure the program's resilience and continuity. 8, establish and enforce a conflict of no interest policy to maintain transparency and accountability. And then 9, carry out other activities deemed fit as a need arises. So the members of the Global SABS program, please don't serve food don't serve food yet, please. Thank you. The Dr. Olabisi Oshikonlu, MBBS 1985, who is also the director, medical director, Special Investigations Unit, Fraud, Waste, and Abuse Prevention, EFNA, CVS USA, and also a pediatrician will be a chairperson of this Global SABS. I believe she's online. Let us give her a round of applause. Professor Olubukola Adekunle Adeshina, who has been right from the onset, building with us, is the co-chair of this program, a distinguished professor of obstetrics and gynecology and maternal and child health. Thank you so much. The Secretary General of ICOMA, for now that is Dr. Bolahon Obajim, but whoever is Secretary General of ICOMA is on this member. Then across the globe, different chapters have nominated representatives. ICOMA North America representative, Dr. B.C. Pierce, MBBS 1987. Class of 2002, who have been running a scholarship program for many years, have nominated Dr. Bola Hassan, so MBBS 2002. Most of the members are MBBS. We're encouraging other programs to participate. I actually reached out to the nursing, I've reached out to other programs that they should also volunteer and also give, because about 99% of the funding has come from MBBS groups. And most of the funders actually say they are giving for MBBS. But we need others because all these programs are just as important. Dr. Shola Akimbi, the president of ICOMA Australia and New Zealand, is also on this group, as well as Dr. Jumi Banjo, the secretary of ICOMA Australia and New Zealand. And I'm delighted to announce that ICOMA Australia and New Zealand is now registered as a charity in Australia and New Zealand, so that those, when they give, they are going to be getting tax reductions. So we've been working with them and we're so delighted. Then Dr. Adeyemi Adedeji, the Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association, United Kingdom and Ireland Secretary General. He's from the physiotherapy class of 1997, is also a member of the Global SABS. We are very grateful that physiotherapy has been really doing a lot of excellent work. Thank you so much. I don't know if it's the DP that's pushing his, his group. And then we have Dr. Banji Adeyoju, MBBS class of 1988. He is the representative of the Ibadan Medical Specialist Group. They are one of our highest funders and supporters. And then Dr. Omofolan Rishitabe, MBBS 1986, ICOMA North America. Dr. Bosede Adebayo is supposed to be here. She has left. Please come forward. You are the secretary of this Global SABS. You should have... Please come on stage. Everybody has to see you. Yes, I didn't know you were around. Should have come to report to me. You come. She's a member of the class of 2000. Because the responsibility, the strength of any organization depends heavily on the output of the secretary. I know pediatrics is rough and tough, but God will give you grace. You have a lot of gifts and talents. I know you are, first of all, you are very eloquent. You are an MC for hire, right? But one of the things is that you are the pediatrics student, you're undergraduate supervisor, right? And I noticed something. We have students with mental health concerns. I mean, 1 in 4 people will have a mental health, so it's nothing to be ashamed about, it's, you know, or anything. But our students rotate all departments. But the one department where they are picked up and referred is pediatrics. They will move to O&G. They will move, well, in psychiatry, there are patients, so we know. But they will move through surgery, medicine, nuke, and so on. But when they get to pediatrics, they are picked up. There must be some increased supervision. I don't know, but I've noticed that. And then they will send them to us. And then the other thing I noticed was that at the last evening of reminiscences, we have another one today. When we asked the students to speak, I don't know if you remember, a lot of them were referring to Dr. Bosede Adebayo. So please, she's hardworking, God will help you. But she's the secretary of this global SAPS here. And you'll be working with several people from across the world. We also have a couple that will be in advisory capacity because we can't, I must remember, Dr. Idowu Lawansin is a non-College of Medicine alumni that is on the group. Dr. Idowu Lawansin attended an induction program here. He has left. He's a Loyola, one of the Loyola, for a nephew. And he told me as he sat there, we were giving scholarships that day. He said he found himself weeping because he was wondering, he worked with the oil and gas for many years, how students are unable to pay those small amounts. But he didn't just weep at this event. He went immediately into action. By the end of the day, he had contacted the deputy provost, that's Mr. Idowu Lawansin, to ask how he could support. And then he started phoning round, raising help. And that was one of the reasons he linked us up with Pastor Tola Udutola. That's a real Nigerian. Yes. Let's not think of, we say Nigerians are corrupt. No, that's the heart. Somebody that loves his nation. He has raised, through him, we've been able to raise millions of naira for this program. So he's a member of the Global SAPS. And then, of course, we have those who will provide support, administrative support, the ICOMA administrator, we have the SAPS administrator, the SAPS accountant, and their supervisors. And of course, the ICOMA president will, and myself, the DP, who handles a lot of the finance, the incoming provost will act as advice givers so that until the SAPS is very, very stable. So I just wanted to announce that and just see if Dr. Oshikonlu, is she online? Is she able?
Yes, I'm online.
Is she going to speak 1 minute? Well,
Yes.
Tomorrow you will give your acceptance speech, but can you unmute yourself? Let's see you.
Yes, I'm unmuted. Good morning, everyone. Great morning, as a matter of fact. Madam Provost, Deputy Provost, Provost-elect, President ICOMA Worldwide, and my esteemed teacher, Professor Tolorin, Professor Bukola Adeshina, who has really done a great work in making sure that SAS has gone forward. And of course, in his absence right now, Pastor Butola, Jesus House Baltimore representatives, honored guests, my dear SAS scholars, and Cecilia Oshikonlu scholars, if you're in the house, make some noise.
Cecilia Oshikonlu, stand up. Where are you? Cecilia Oshikonlu scholars. Okay, please be seated.
Awesome. My mom's birthday, after whom this is named, is actually on Monday, the 15th. So I'm headed to New York tomorrow. All protocol duly observed. I want to acknowledge today's really been awesome. Acknowledge the generosity of Jesus House Baltimore. What we're doing and what donors do, sponsors do, is planting seeds of hope, knowledge, and healing that will grow and flourish for generations to come. And these contributions really serve to improve the future of healthcare in our community. Thank you, Madam Provost, for announcing this global sponsor students program initiative. I am really excited because I believe that teamwork makes the dream work. And as we get our team together, we have a great foundation upon which to build on. And the team and I will do everything in our power with the grace of God to expand on the work, build on the foundation that's already been built. We plan to ace it by creating awareness, raising funds. As you mentioned today, the fees have doubled, so sponsorship must double. So we plan, I'll talk more about that tomorrow. We want to continue this program and leave it better than it was handed to us. We'll empower our students through mentorship. One of the things that I noticed today was that some of the students were shy about coming to speak. I used to feel like that before. Some of the things that we plan to do is to teach them and coach them on speaking skills and leadership. So we'll empower students. And lastly, we want to continue to inspire the trust and transparency that you have started, and just to continue that. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. I wish I was there. I do want you to please get Pastor Lusola's details, because one of the first things that I would like to do as chair is to visit the church in Maryland, in Baltimore, to say thank you and to also ask for more funds. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you so much, Dr. Olabisi Oshikonlu. I'm so grateful that you're one of our major funders, and it was something you did without prompting. And one of the things you told me was that this really gels with your spirit, that you were a recipient of informal scholarship after losing your dad at the age of 9 and leaving your mom, a 34-year-old young woman with 5 young children, of which you were the eldest. So I'm so grateful that you've taken over this leadership role, and I can now go and rest. God bless you. So without much ado, I just want to invite ICOMA Worldwide President, sir, to give us some remarks, and then the Deputy Provost will move the votes of thanks, and then we'll take a group photo. I want a picture with all our SAP scholars. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Provost. I acknowledge you, Deputy Provost, and all the principal officers who are here present, the ICOMA Vice President, and other emeritus provosts, emeritus heads of department, including my former head of department. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to thank the Provost for starting this program during her tenure. The Supporter Student Program was one of the 2 major programs that she presented to ICOMA, and I'm glad that we have been able to respond appropriately to her satisfaction. I hope so. Secondly, I would like to send a message of gratitude to Jesus House Baltimore. I think people from Baltimore are very generous. I lived in Baltimore for a couple of years while I was in Japaigo, so I'm not surprised. I didn't attend that church while I was there. I went to another church, but I won't. Baltimore is noted for crabs and beer on the seaside. So if you ever go to Baltimore and you don't have crabs and beer, you missed out on one of their very well-known traditions. So we thank them through the Provost. Please thank them very much for us. I like to congratulate the beneficiaries of these scholarships. I'm glad that your two representatives have promised to give back, because it says, to whom much is given, much is expected. I pray that you all pass your final exams, you graduate from your different colleges, and then you will join ICOMA worldwide. We will admit you into ICOMA worldwide. And once you join, you have to remember the only way to give back is to also give scholarships. Things are getting a little bit easier because you now have the option of the scholarship. You also have the option of the student's loan. I think the culture of student's loan is going to gradually get into Nigeria, because if you go abroad, a lot of students actually study with loans. So if you can't get a scholarship, please make sure you apply for the student's loan, and then you have the responsibility to pay back someday. But for those of you who are beneficiaries of these grants, please make sure that you do the same in future. Perhaps not immediately after you graduate, maybe 10 years after, maybe 15 years after, when you have sorted out your life and you are much more financially stable, we expect you to also give back. The truth is that the government of Nigeria cannot provide all of the financial resources for all of its teaching of its universities, not to talk of private universities. So let's remember as alumni that we have a responsibility to sustain the quality of medical education in our college. And it is by doing that that we can make sure that our ranking in Nigeria and our ranking in Africa remains very high. Currently, we are the best in Nigeria, but I think we are number 4 in Africa, according to rankings. We want to be number 1 in Africa, and the alumni are committed to continue to support the college to get to that level. So when you get out, join us, and we'll build the College of Medicine together. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, sir. Votes of, okay, yes, DP.
Thank you very much. I will just rush through the vote of thanks because of time, and then some other meetings are right there waiting for us to join. So I thank the provost first and foremost for the vision for this program and the energy to drive it through. Now it has become a full-blown institutionalized program. We are indeed very grateful, and God bless you as you wind down on your administration and giving this legacy for the college and for our incoming generation of all healthcare providers. I thank again the executive and management of the College of Medicine. You all have been very wonderful supporting this program. We thank the students who are indeed the beneficiaries of this program for your courage and and the zeal to want to remain in school. There's no big deal, like the provost will always say, that we always said, there's no big deal seeking for help when you need to. So we salute you, and we encourage that you mention this to your colleagues to come forward if they need help. Once you come out, we will keep talking to our would-be donors for them to assist. So we thank you and we wish you all the best. And like you all have said, please, you have benefited from this, and we know that to whom much is given, much is expected. Do not hesitate to also help others as you graduate successfully from this institution of learning. We thank all our other members of staff who have been here, the former provost who is here and giving all the support to this administration all of the time, 24/7. We are indeed very grateful to you, sir. And the chairman of the Students' Welfare, who is also in charge of this sponsor a student program at the college, and who has been all along in charge. And then I think from today or from tomorrow, there's going to be a co-chair for this project, as we have been told. And Dr. Olabisi Yoshikanlu, thank you very much for accepting this additional task to support your alma mater. So I thank Professor Bukola Adeshino for all the work that you have done over the years. Thank you so much. And to all members of staff, I'm going to go to Jesus House Baltimore. I just want to keep that. To all members of staff who have participated in one way or the other, we are indeed very grateful to you. And to the major funders of this program, at least as we have been made to understand, they have left, but we extend our very profound appreciation to the Jesus House Baltimore in the USA for supporting this program without any hesitation. You know, they have been very, very deeply involved with the program, and they have made a lot of mark and a lot of impression on these students. We are very grateful to the pastor in charge, Pastor Tola Odutola, and all the other pastors who were here today to join in this award ceremony, and of course the benefactors who are the major funders from that church, Dr. Shobowale and Mrs. Tomori, who were also honored today. We are very grateful to them, and by the fact that we have one Loyola still standing, we extend all our greetings, appreciations to, okay, two of you, yeah, that's right, and two of them, that's right. So we are indeed very grateful for the honor and for the support so far. And thank you, everyone. Let me recognize the Dean of Dentistry, Professor Kolude, who at least is here with us. Thank you very much, sir. So we thank you all for today, and we are having induction of some students tomorrow, the medical and dental students, and so many of them have benefited from this package. They probably would not have been able to induct tomorrow if not for this sponsored student program. So we thank all the funders. We are very grateful. God bless you all, and have a great day.
Thank you very much, Deputy Provost. So we'll just take the last verse of the college anthem, and then we're going to have a group photograph. Will come down, all our students together, and then students, you will sit down. We've prepared you lunch, okay? And there are some people outside waiting to, so we don't want you to mix with them. If you go out of this, and nobody is to come in. So it's those of them, we'll just take the photograph, then you sit down quietly, and then you will give you your pack, so that at least your lunch is secured for today. Okay? So, just the college anthem. I just want to use the opportunity to acknowledge Dr. Olayinka Ibukari, the head of Biomedical Communications. Incoming Provost. You know, many of these positions are going to be at the end of this month. So we need to talk after this meeting. I'm just joking. So that, but let's have the college anthem, and then we'll have a group photograph. Thank you. Thank you very much. Many of the students were not singing. That's your college anthem. And the more you sing, the more you learn it. Okay? So please, can we have our photographers? And then can we arrange the students? Let's have you come. You are preparing for when you are coming for induction. So the two of you come and stay. And the rest of you, let's move in. Of ESCO and faculty.
Hello.
Will stay in front.
It's me. I was wondering if after all.
Thank you very much, all those who joined online. Thank you so much, Dr. Olabisi Oshikonlu, for taking this over. Thank you, Dr. Modupe Shokumbi. Thank you, Professor Laditon. I really appreciate you, sir. And all those who have joined online. I think I saw Dr. Titi Odetola and others. God bless you. Please, let's be seated so that I will sit here. Not the students. Can all the students be seen? Those are the back. Some of them can come. Those are the back. Please mix the girls. Ejoko. Please, let's sit here. Actually, let me flip you out. I'll sit with Professor Obibodi. Yeah. No, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bambi, move. I want the center. No, okay, I will sit here. Don't worry. No problem. There's some people. Come, the back. Come. All those at the back row, come and stand. Come forward. At the photograph, you are not helping to arrange them so that nobody is to come forward. You can come down.
It's so typical of me to talk about myself. I'm sorry. I hope that you will. Did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happened? It's no secret that the both of us are